and welcome to Around Malaysia in 13 weeks. Now this week we are in the state of Melaka. The city of Melaka was the capital of the Malacan Sultanate during the 15th and 16th centuries, and it was the centre of the Malay world when the Malays had moved from Sumatra to this part of the world. Now it fell to the hands of the Portuguese in 1511, and Melaka then suffered under colonial conquest from the Dutch and from the British. It also received many immigrants from China, and because of this rich cultural melting pot, it received the title from UNESCO of World Heritage City under the category of Everlasting Living Heritage. Now my guest for this week is also from a former Portuguese colony, namely Brazil. So I'd like to welcome you to Dani.
Hola!
Hi, how are you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Now, are you looking forward to seeing Melaka?
Definitely, I think you're going to show me the best of Melaka and I'm looking forward to explore.
So Dani, before we get to the Portuguese parts, we're going to begin our insight into Malaka's imperial influences at the Dutch Square. Now Dutch Square, or Malaka Town Square as it's known, was based on the mould of Porta de Santiago. Now around here you can see many of the famous landmarks of Melaka, including the 18th century Christ Church, the Melaka Art Gallery, behind us the Queen Victoria Diamond Jubilee Fountain. Now the British had to get in on the act as well. So in 1904, they built this fountain to commemorate Queen Victoria's 60th anniversary on the British throne. And then the Tan Beng Sui Clock Tower. Now the Start House, which we're standing at the moment, this was built to be the headquarters of the Dutch administration, and it was finished in 1660. And we're actually standing on the remains of a Portuguese fort as well. Now this place was also used as the residence of the Dutch governor at the time. Lovely view, isn't it?
It's a very good view.
Now, I want to take you to another area of Melaka, which is interesting. But I don't think we should walk there. We should travel there in style and take one of these, which is a trishaw.
Wow, that's really nice.
I know. A lot of the guys here, they all make sure they try and make it as colourful as possible. Some of them have huge speakers on, blaring music at night. It's
I can see they put lots of passion into it. Look at that.
After you.
Hi, apa kabar?
So behind us is the remains of the Portuguese fort, the Porta de Santiago, otherwise known as A Famosa. Now A Famosa was the leader of the Portuguese army who conquered Melaka back in 1511.
The Portuguese became very far. We were a colony for many years from Portugal.
Yeah.
And we speak Portuguese, so we would say Porta de Santiago.
Oh right, that's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Yeah.
The A Famosa is one of the oldest European architectures present in Southeast Asia. Now in the late 17th century, Melaka came under attack by the Dutch and was significantly damaged, leaving only the entrance facade and the structure of a church at the top of the hill. Now the church was built in 1521 by Eduardo Coelho. Is that pronounced correctly?
That's right.
And it's called the Nossa Senhora.
Nossa Senhora means Our Lady.
Ah yes, that's right, Our Lady of the Hill. And then they handed it over to the Society of Jesus in 1548, and later on they even added an extra story and renamed it the Annunciation.
Wow, so here we have a beautiful.
Behind us is a replica of a Portuguese ship, the Flora de la Mar, which sank off the coast of Melaka, and it was on its way back to Portugal, stealing all the loot from Melaka.